Hey everybody, DWilhoite here. In today's video, it's just a lot of fun for me. I'm up in Hebron, Kentucky at Anderson Manufacturing, thanks to the AMFAW network. This video is going to be posted on the AMFAW channel. Those gentlemen coordinated a meeting for me to get and come and tour Anderson Manufacturing. So I'm getting ready to go inside and meet Jeremy and John, and they're going to show us around their shop. Sit back, hope you enjoy.
How's it going, guys? It's Jeremy Hammonds with Anderson Manufacturing, here with John Miles. We got Dave today. He's going to do a little tour with us, show you guys what we do here at Anderson. You see our shops behind us. So we get started here, and we'll go do a little tour and show you some of the cool stuff we got going on. All right, guys, we're in the first building here. As you can see out here, we got a lot of machines. Over here, we're going to run some of our uppers. On the right-hand side, we got our lowers being run, some engraving, tumbling, things like that. So we can go take a look. What we got here is PC staff. They set up for a CMM measurement. And we're just moving along the entire channel where your mag well would meet up from the lower. And our pin locations on the receiver, checking the height ratio on that and the center line of the floor. We want to make sure this is in center line to our clover leaf here for the gas line as well as the charging handle channel. And after it touches off on all these locations, we're going to read out over here on a report. And we can do anything. We can do a 100% spot check off of this, 10%. This thing will touch off every major machine's area on that forging and allow us to know if we're still within specs on our CNC. We go in like this. Coming out like this.
Okay. This time, you know, just right. Looks cool. Can they see that?
Oh yeah.
Man, that stuff's coming out of that machine.
What's this do? This is our tumbling media for deburring. It'll deburr the parts and get all the excess aluminum slag sticking off the ends here from the machining process. It'll knock that off before it goes into engraving, so we get a good touch off point to get the writing in there and get our, I don't know if this is engraved. Those are. There you go. We got once the parts come in, they get done being tumbled and things, we're going to put the serial numbers and our logo on it. Basically, when we're done with it, it's going to come out with the logo, the caliber, and then the serial number, the fire and safe. Alright guys, we made it over here to building 2. Building 2, we got the different forearms and things that get made over in this section. As you can see, we got some other machines over here. Run some various parts. We run some of the rails for the free floats, gas blocks, charging handles, a lot of your smaller components. You know, the first building's more of your receivers and things like that. So as the building goes, everything continues to flow. When we get to the third building here, we'll show you the assembly area and where the fun stuff happens, where they get to shoot and get the stuff out to you guys. So let's make our way.
What are we looking at here?
This is one of our floating tubes for our rifle link stuff and our varmint guns. They're turning board over here on the CNC, and this is just one of our marking designs. And these will get deburred as well and then sent out for anodizing.
Awesome.
This is one of the rails for our forearm for our 308 we just got coming out. Initial charging handle prior to de-blasting and anodizing. And initially we're running all these here. They're coming off an initial forging and we machine out the channel here and knock these areas out. And this will eventually it'll go to tumbling and de-blasting and de-blacking and then back here to reassembly. All right guys, we're back here in the third building, making our way into the internet fulfillment cage. Basically, when your guys' orders come in, we get them filled. This is where it happens. We got all of our components lined up, ready to go. So as orders come in, we can get it out and show you some of the stuff we got going on. All right, well, since Dave come to see us, we're gonna get you a shirt.
Oh man.
There's your Anderson Manufacturing t-shirt.
Look at that, guys.
Charles, I'll pay for that. Basically, once the orders get filled, they make their way back here. They'll get boxed up, ready to go. These guys will process it through, make it to the cart, and end of the day, it's out the door. And fire!
That's cool. So it's shooting it into water?
Essentially what this thing is, and it's from Savage Range Systems, and some people, you'll hear them called a snail in the industry, because inside of here you can see a faint line going all the way through. These things are great. You can put them up in any area, runs off lubricant coolant, and the water pump, since it's a water pump, cycles that through here, and this is like a snail shell. And that bullet hits back here against this and slows it down until it falls out into the trap.
Wow.
And every week or so we can empty that trap out, clean it, and go back to what we're doing. And we can set 2 of these up and test fire hundreds of guns a day. It's great. And brass is available, so you can see the brass and check the chamber and all that fun stuff. So essentially this is a basic setup area for building rifles. And we can set up to 8 or 10 guys down one side or the other. That's primarily what we do in this side of the cage. This side's primarily lowers, or uppers, I'm sorry, this side's primarily lowers. And just coming down the upper side, initially what we would do is initial barrel inspection here. Obviously when we get our barrels off the line, we're doing a QC inspection there. We check our headspace here with a stripped bolt. Check that before it ever goes in the receiver. Come down the line, attach your barrel nut, mount it on your vise, attach your barrel nut. Check the actual bolt carrier group that's going to go with that rifle against the headspace gauge as well. And as we move on down the line, 4 ends, gas lines, gas blocks. This is one of our 308 new barrel nuts, and we'll experiment with these. But all of this we get set up on the gun as we go with your 4 end, and at the very end of it we put on the muzzle extension. And that could vary from rifle to rifle. This is our Night Stalker. This is one of our Anderson models. We do standard A2 style flash hiders as well. Some of the states on the West Coast, we'll do compensators with them and that sort of thing. If they are a state where they can't have one of these. And from there, it goes to boxing and shipping. We'll test fire each and every one that comes out the door. And they go over to shipping and out to the customer. If you guys ever buy a lower parts kit and you break a spring or a pin, or worse yet, you're like me and you put a spring and pin together and send it like a projectile across your living room, we have an oops kit, which is all of our extra parts that we tend to send launching across our living room floor.
I want to see that. It is the oops kit. So gentlemen, we've got a table full of awesome weapons, it looks like. We're out with Anderson's most popular rifle that you guys sell completely.
Actually, that would be our M4 model here. This is probably our top selling gun. It's M4, basic M4. It's got the free float handguard, the new Hogue buttstock with a Hogue pistol grip. Shoots a 5.56 223. It's got the RF85 treatment, something that no one else has.
So that's a good lead in.
With the RF85, it's proprietary treatment. It is something only we have. Basically, it allows you to run your weapon dry. You never have to put oil in your weapon, and you can clean it up with soap and water. It reduces friction, 85%. That's why we call it RF85. Basically, it breaks down to the molecular level of the material itself. So you're never going to see it, touch it, feel it, taste it, smell it. It's there. It's never going to wear off. It's going to help like I said, it runs dry, so you're not having to put oil on it, which means dirt, carbon, things like that aren't going to build up. Clean it up with soap and water, dry it off, and you're good to go. So we have every rifle that we make has the RF85 treatment on it. One line with our components and things, those will be clearly marked if it has RF85. And our website is www.andersonrifles.com. So So check us out on there. We've got some videos and things that will help explain RF85, some testings and things that's been done with the RF85 treatment. You know, guns and things have been put to the test, kind of show you a little bit about it.
What type of torture tests or things have you done that you can talk about with the weapon?
We actually, online, we have a video that shows the torture test that was done by Oak Ridge Laboratory. They put, I believe it was roughly 4,200 rounds through it in a matter of 4 hours, non-stop. And that gun kept firing, even though the handguard, the plastic handguard such as this one, had caught fire twice.
And melted.
The gun was so hot it was cooking off rounds by itself. So basically at that point it was just a safety issue that had to quit feeding the rifle, but it was still shooting. They put it up against another rifle with oil and things on it, your standard AR, and that one failed after 900 rounds. So it's been tested, it's been proven. A lot of guys don't know about it, and I know it's kind of goes against the grain of what we were all taught. You know, you got to put the oil on the gun. But seeing it, you know, and actually working one of these things, you'll become a believer real fast that you can put the oil away and never have to look at it again. So I really encourage anybody who has doubts about it to really get your hands on one of these, and you'll be placing an order real soon. These guns here, though, these are all different models that we've done over the past few years. Some of the stuff we still do, others not so much. Our big thing we got coming out right now, which actually we just shipped out our first big batch this week, is our AR-10 Big Dog 308. It too is treated with the RF85 treatment. It's got the new mod rail rather than free float design. And
We're set up with flush cut mounts, new sling. If you want it, you can buy aftermarket rails. They just drill and tap on all 4 sides. So you can do different lengths of rails. Those are available now. And initially, the components down here are going to be the same as what you see on an Anderson AR-15. It's the same triggers, the same layout. We have some proprietary AR-10 parts. They're great shooting guns.
the only ports that you're going to see lower ports kits wise between your AR-10 and AR-15 on our model, your takedown pin and pivot pins are going to be different, and your bolt catch is going to be different. Other than that, everything else is the same as your AR-15. We do offer online some 308 components. Right now we've got the 308 lower, 308 upper, lower parts kit for the 308. We've got the forearm kit, some barrels. Pretty much got everything you need to piece together your own 308. If you want to piece it together yourself, all those components are there.
When did you guys introduce this rifle to the market?
We have been. We really got our first push out this past week.
It's brand new.
So
this rifle's brand new.
It's made its way out, so we'll see what happens from there. But definitely, if anyone's interested, just give us a call and we can definitely get it out to you and make it happen.
And there's going to be links down in the description box to Anderson, all the phone numbers, websites, YouTube channels, all the above.
And again, it's AndersonRifles.com. For any of you dealers out there, if you guys want to get set up to become a dealer, just give us a call. We'll get you set up. For the non-dealers out there, our website's there for you too. So just log on, check out what we got. If you ever have any questions, feel free to give me a call over here. 859-689-4085, and I'm extension 119. So feel free to give me a call and I'll help you out with anything you're looking for or need, and we can definitely get you set up.
Let me ask a couple questions about all the parts that are used to make these Anderson rifles. Where do your components come from?
Every component that we have here is U.S. made. Most of this stuff is done here in Hebron, Kentucky, in our plant here. We do uppers, lowers, hammers, triggers, buffer tubes, charging handles, rails. We pretty much do most everything in-house minus your components, springs, defense, things of that nature. So all that stuff that we get from outside places is all U.S. made. We try, we want to keep it that way. A lot of companies,
So anything that we get from Anderson is going to be USA made company
Absolutely.
one way or
That's
the other.
correct.
Absolutely. And any vendors we speak with, they have to be a U.S. manufacturer. That's one of our requisites.
And we'll definitely stand behind our product. If you ever had any issues or anything that caused concern for you, we'll definitely take care of it 100%. You know, we have faith in what we do here, and we'll make sure to take care of it one way or the other.
Well, guys, I just want to tell you thanks. I really appreciate you showing me around your shop today, letting me see all these awesome firearms and the great work that you do here at Anderson. In closing, is there anything that you'd like to tell our viewers?
Big thing I'd like to just say is, you know, RF85, if you haven't heard about it, look us up. You need to look into it, because I'm telling you, it's the next thing. It's definitely everything that we say it is, and I'll stand behind that 100%. So if you don't own one, you might want to look into it. You can put your rifles that take oil on the shelf and leave them there, because you'll never need it again. And big thing that I also like to say is that all my friends are warriors.
Awesome, man. Guys, I really appreciate it.